Okay, picture this, you're sleeping in your home, maybe in a small town surrounded by forests. Suddenly, someone bangs on your door in the middle of the night. Smoke is everywhere. You have minutes to grab your family and go. This isn't a nightmare, it's what happened to 22,000 people in British Columbia last week. And honestly, this isn't just a nature documentary moment. This is the future we're sleepwalking into. Let's break it down. So, why is this happening now? Well, the numbers are staggering. 102 wildfires, half of them out of control, spreading so fast they're creating their own weather patterns. The Bald Range Fire. It grew to the size of Manhattan in hours. But here's what the headlines miss: this isn't just about dry weather. It's about a system breaking under the weight of climate change. Scientists like Mike Flanagan, who's been studying wildfires for decades, are sounding alarms. Fires moving 60 kilometers in a day. That's not normal. That's not even last decade's normal. We're rewriting the rules as we go, and honestly, it's terrifying. Let me unpack this. First, the speed. Fires used to slow down at night. Cooler air, less wind. But now, they're roaring through the dark like something out of a dystopian movie. Why? Because the ground is so dry, so saturated with fuel, that there's nothing to stop them. And that's where the real story is. This isn't just about firefighting, it's about how we've managed, or mismanaged, our environment. Flanagan mentions communities once thought safe are now in the crosshairs. Homes 20 kilometers from a fire used to be fine. Now, that distance doesn't mean squat. So what does that say about the safe zones we've been relying on? Spoiler, they're not safe anymore. And here's the kicker, this isn't just Canada's problem. The Pacific Northwest, both the US and BC, is a tinderbox. No rain for 6 weeks. Trees that crunch when you walk through the forest. That's not a temporary drought. That's a landscape begging to burn. And yet, we're still surprised when it does. What's even more unsettling is how governments are reacting. Federal aid is crucial, sure, but it's like bringing a band-aid to a hurricane. The real question is, how do you prepare for a crisis that's accelerating faster than our ability to adapt? Evacuation orders for 10,000 people at a moment's notice. That's not a system working, it's a system scrambling. But let's zoom out. What's happening in BC isn't an isolated incident. It's part of a pattern. California's fire season is now a year-round thing. Australia's bushfires in 2020 were a wake-up call nobody wanted. And now Canada's facing the same script. The scary part? Experts predict this could be the new normal, or worse. Fire years instead of fire seasons. That's not hyperbole. That's a forecast. And it raises a deeper question. How do we build resilience in a world where the ground itself feels unstable? I keep coming back to Jennifer Pascoa's story, the family fleeing from the beach, watching the sky turn black. That's not just her trauma, it's a metaphor for all of us. We're all a little too comfortable until the smoke hits. And maybe that's the takeaway here. These fires aren't just destroying homes, they're forcing us to confront how unprepared we are for the future. So what's next? Do we double down on outdated strategies, or do we start reimagining how we coexist with nature? Because one thing's clear, the flames aren't waiting for us to figure it out. What's your take? Let me know in the comments, how do you think we should adapt to a world where the ground beneath our feet is no longer guaranteed to be safe?